Hey guys, it's Amanda and I am back. Today I'm going to talk about how do I know which planner to choose. I've done all kinds of planner review videos on the ones I have been able to get my hands on so far, and I'm excited to say that I have a couple companies, 3 so far already lined up, that have said they will send me their planners to review. So I'm so excited to do some more new reviews on planners that I've never gotten my hands on before for you guys. Because I don't think just because I love one planner, I mean, obviously it's not going to work for everyone just because that year it's my favorite. We all have such different lives. We're all going to need to find the right planner that works for us at that time in our life. So I've written down some of my thoughts. If you have never used a planner before and you're wanting to get started, I would say think about how much expense you have to invest. If you don't have a lot at first and you don't want to waste money on something that doesn't work for you since you've never been in the planner world before, I would just go to Target. They have some good choices to start with. Now, I'll admit none of them would be preferably what I would want to use right now, but to test something out, it's so affordable. I would go there and look and kind of see what you want to go with and test something. Another idea to get started if you haven't been in the planner world is some of the planner companies like Emily Lay Daily has a template of her daily page to print for free. Of course, it's going to print into an 8.5 by 11. It won't, and I have a whole review video of this Emily Lay Daily. I'll link below. I'll link below to all my planner reviews. She has a whole template of her daily. And you can print 8.5 by 11. You could print a whole bunch of those sheets and put them on a clipboard, or print a whole bunch and put in a notebook, and you could actually try them for some time before investing in her planner, because her planner full price is, I think, either $54 or $58, and then she always has $13 shipping no matter where you are. And no, I do think that her product is a quality product and worth it if that system is going to be what you need, if her daily system is what you're going to need at the time. I don't know if she has a template of her weekly system, but I know she has a daily template because I actually printed it and tried it a couple years ago before I got her planner, and she has a lot of free printables on her website. So also Day Designer, who I believe I am getting sent one soon to review for you guys, which is another daily planner, also has a template on her website. So I would go to the planner that you're looking at when looking online and see if they have a free template to print, because you can try that out for a while. Print it from home before you want to invest that money, because with shipping, you're going into, over the $70 range. So before you want to jump in. Another way is go to the planner you think you want online, and if they don't have a template, you can always try to draw out that design in a bullet journal. Or if you even don't want to spend the money on a bullet journal, just in a composition book, whether you draw it horizontally or vertically, draw out their design of what you're thinking you want and test it and play with it for a few days and try it out. Well, for more than a few days, for a few weeks, and then see if that's the way you want to go, especially if you're new to the planner world or if you're changing what kind of planner you use completely. Like if you've used a daily and you want to go to a weekly, draw it out and test it first, or see if you can find a template of it first. So that's a way to get started and try some stuff out. Another way is, or another thing to think of is what do you need from a planner? Do you think you're going to want a daily? Do you want a daily to have one big page for a daily list? Or do you need to see your entire week laid out before you? Do you want a whole weekly? Like this is a plum paper. I have a review video on this. Do you need a weekly spread? Or maybe for years, I used a weekly plum paper and a daily Emily Lay together. So I could see my whole week laid out and everything written out. But then every day I had a fresh start to write my appointments in and my lists in of every single day and prioritize what needs to happen first, second, third. So you might use a daily, weekly combination. Or are you someone who only needs the monthly and weekly? You don't need a daily, and you can just use a pad of paper for that list every day. One of the things I like to think about is, how do I organize my day? I know how I do it now, but when I first started using planners, I didn't. I need to have that big scope list of the day, but then I have to go in the night before or at the beginning of that day, and I have to say, what must get done today? And I love this that I learned from Day Designer. I haven't bought her planner before and used it, but she said she would be sending me one. I'm excited because something I learned from using her template was your top 3 for the day. So I always look at my list and I say, what top 3 things must get done today? And those are my first priorities. When those get done, then I look at my list. And so I learned that from her, and then I kind of made my own system from there. Then I look at my list and say, what are the next 3 things that must get done? And then I put those in order of priority. 1, 2, 3 again. Then I look at my list, if I finish those, and say, what are the next 3? Because if I just jump into the day and I have 20 things listed, jumbled up, that's what I used to do, and I would just never get anything done in the right order because I would kind of work on what was the easiest or just what was the most convenient, and then it would get to the end of the day and some very important things didn't get done, or some things that were priority to me. Like, is it a priority for me to get my workout in that day, or is it just a day that won't fit, that's not going to fit into my schedule? I need to decide at the beginning of the day if that's a priority, and if that is, when is it going to happen, or it won't happen. So think about how you want to do that. Also think about, there are so many planners nowadays that are goal oriented. They're more oriented on your goals and setting those goals and how to achieve them, like your bigger life goals. Do you want something like that to guide your life plus like a daily planner? Or do you only need that? Or do you only need a daily planner? Are you someone who would like a bullet journal? I have never tried bullet journaling, but I've watched a lot of YouTubes on it, and I'm getting very interested in it because I think possibly for my daily lists every day, because I'm kind of going away from thinking next year I am not going to use Emily Lay's daily anymore, because I'm kind of thinking maybe making my own bullet journal type list every day from my weekly. Right now I'm using my weekly and my Inkwell Press, but so if I take my list every day, I'm thinking I don't need my Emily Lay daily because I don't use her layout anyway. I never use her time slots, and then the other side is to do. I just kind of write my list completely out over here, and so it's kind of divided, like it doesn't work for me anymore. I've used her for 3 years now, and I've loved it. But I'm thinking of possibly going to a bullet journal for my daily list. So I write out everything in my Inkwell, and then I come to that day, and that's when I have to have another list, a daily list, where I can start prioritizing the day into my 1, 2, 3s type of thing. So that's what I'm thinking, where I'm going right now. But see, you have to talk this through with yourself and what will work with you, what you need. And if you've never used a planner before, you've got to sit down and think about it and figure it out. Where do you want to start? The right planner for you is the one that will inspire you. It has to inspire you to want to be more productive, to want to not only work towards your big goals, but to work towards all those daily tasks that we all have to get done. If you have a planner that works for you, it should make your life easier, and it should inspire you. And it should make you happy. I really do believe that. It should make you happy too. If your planner is frustrating you and not working for you, or your planning system, then it is not the right one for you. And you have to think about how you're going to tweak it for you. And look at the way that your planner comes, and there are so many different ways to use a planner. Like the way I use my Inkwell Press weekly flex planner is probably quite different than you could take 10 Inkwell Press flex users, and they probably all use theirs in a different way from me. 10 people, 10 different ways, the same planner. So you can find the planner you like, and then you have to find out the way it works for you. I know the Emily Lay Daily too, people use it in so many different ways. Some people follow her format exactly. They write out only their timed appointments on this side and only their to-dos on this side. And so I just don't have that many appointments, and I don't want to waste like that much room on my page when I only maybe have like 2 timed appointments in a day or 1 a day. And I don't like to time out my life, like write out, why am I going to write out every day I wake up at 6? Every day I take my son to school at 8. Every day we start homeschool with the other child at 9. I'm not going to write out my schedule like that. So I'm not in an office where I need that type of schedule. So think about your life. Pick a planner that makes you happy and that inspires you. And then you just have to try it out. And it's okay if you try it out one way and then you have to tweak it and try it another way. And then if after trying it a couple months, you realize it's just not the planner for you, then maybe it's just not. And that's the way it is. And I also think as our lives change over the years, as my life and schedule changes, my planning changes and what I need my planner to do for me changes as we go through different seasons of our lives. So think about that. So we went through all the free templates, the way to get started. And I would say, just have fun with it. Have fun. When you get a new planner or you're starting a new system, it's so exciting. Just let that excitement take you and have fun with it. Enjoy the planning. Enjoy the journey of life. It's so fun for me to sit down and map out my life and think about goals and even just daily tasks. It's fun for me to have a planner that inspires me to get my stuff done. So if you want to, in the comments below, tell me what planner you're using right now, what system you're using. I would love to hear about it. Or I would love to hear if you're just beginning your journey and what you're wanting to try. Thanks for watching, and I have some new planners coming, like I said, and new reviews will be coming up soon. Happy planning, guys.